All right. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to our devotional on unity in humanity. This is our Baha'i devotional as a part of the IPP, Interfaith Paths to Peace daily program, 6 days a week, every day but Sunday. And so the host this week is actually Dr. Cyrus. And so, Dr. Cyrus, I'll turn it over to you for an introduction. Well, let me unmute you, Dr. Cyrus. There you go. You're unmuted.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
So, dear friends, welcome to this morning's devotional. The purpose of this is to be continuing on the same thing that we have been studying and reflecting, and that is the issue of racism. However, I thought about going beyond that because racism is like a fever in a patient who has pneumonia, or actually better yet, there is a disease in human body. It's called autoimmunity. Autoimmunity is when the body immune system, which is supposed to be protecting us against other diseases and infections, turns against its own tissues. So if it turns against joints, it's become rheumatoid arthritis. If it turns against skin and joints, becomes lupus. If it turns against skin, it's psoriasis, and on and on and on. We can go on. That because this is the same thing. So racism is, look at it as a lupus that affects the skin and the joint. But in reality, it's the autoimmunity. Autoimmunity in our physical world, in a human society, is essentially treating others as somebody other than you, or ignoring the foundation of the not only Baha'i teaching, which is spelled out very clearly, but in other religions. That's the oneness and unity of the entire human race. So the Baha'i International Community issued a statement some time ago, and in it, it made a couple of points that I think it's worth reflecting on while we're listening. One is, as I mentioned, just as a fever is a symptom of a disease in the body, racism is a symptom of a disease in society. Suppressing the symptoms does not cure the disease, but curing the disease eliminates the symptom. And the other one is that from the Baha'i perspective, racism, because, you know, I think everybody is now up, and rightly so, not only George Floyd, but other victims of police brutality. They're talking about that. From the Baha'i perspective, racism is one of the most baneful and persistent evils in society. Racial discrimination is baneful because, here's the punchline, it violates the dignity of human beings, and yet it persists. Racism is poisonous because it cripples its victims, but corrupts its perpetrators and blights human progress. So we're dealing with two issues. And one issue, of course, is depriving people of their rightful place in the society, but the corruption of perpetrators is least addressed. And I think this should be, in a global sense, addressed. So, without any further ado, we'll start the program, and then afterwards we'll have more discussion and conversation.
Thank you, Dr. Cyrus. And thank you in advance for everyone for reading. And we also have 5 musical selections today. So I hope everyone enjoys the wonderful music that contributes to this theme as well.
Servants, reveal to them thy great purpose. May they follow thy commandments and abide in thy law. Help them, oh God, in their endeavors, and grant them strength to serve thee. God, leave them not to themselves, but guide their steps by the light of thy knowledge, and cheer their hearts by thy love. Verily thou art their helper and their Lord. Oh my God, unite the hearts of thy servants, and reveal to them thy great purpose. May they follow thy commandments and abide in thy law. Help them, oh God, in their endeavors, grant them strength to serve thee, oh God. Leave them not to themselves, but guide their steps by the light of thy knowledge, and cheer their hearts by thy love. Verily thou art their helper and their Lord. Verily thou art their helper and their Lord. Baha'u'llah.
The utterance of God is a lamp, whose light is these words. Ye are the fruits of one tree, and the leaves of one branch. Deal ye one with another, with the utmost love and harmony, with friendliness and fellowship. He who is the day star of truth beareth me witness. So powerful is the light of unity that it can illuminate the whole earth. Baha'u'llah.
Baha'u'llah has said that the various races of humankind lend a composite harmony and beauty of color to the whole. Let all associate, therefore, in this great human garden, even as flowers grow and blend together side by side without discord or disagreement between them. Abdul Baha.
Be united. Speak in harmony. Let your minds apprehend alike. Common be your prayer. Common be the end of your assembly. Common be your resolution. Common be your deliberations. Alike be your feelings. United be your hearts. Common be your intentions. Perfect be your unity. Hindu scripture.
Hold fast all together to God's rope, and be not divided among yourselves. Remember with gratitude God's favor on you, for you were enemies, and he joined your heart in love, so that by his grace you became brethren. Thus does God make his signs clear to you, that you may be guided. Let there arise out of you one community, inviting to all that is good. Quran.
Oh Lord my God, 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 give me thy grace to serve thy loved ones. Strengthen me in my servitude to thee. Illumine my brow with the light of adoration in thy court of holiness. Oh Lord my God, 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 give me thy grace to serve thy loved ones. Strengthen me in my servitude to thee. Illumine my brow with the light of adoration in thy court of holiness. Help me to be selfless at the heavenly entrance of thy gate, and aid me to be detached from all things within thy holy precincts. Oh Lord my God, 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 give me thy grace to serve thy loved ones. Strengthen me in my servitude to thee. Illumine my brow with the light of adoration in thy court of holiness. Help me to be selfless at the heavenly entrance of thy gate, and aid me to be detached from all things within thy holy precincts. shining forth with the light of the virtues of the world of humanity. Be as a lamp, shining forth, shining forth, shining forth, shining forth with the light of the world of humanity. Be illuminated, be illuminated, spiritual, be divine, glory, glorious. We quickened of God, be illuminated, be illuminated, spiritual, be divine, glory, glorious. We quickened of God, be a Bahá'í, be a Bahá'í. Turn all your thoughts towards bringing joy to hearts. Be a Bahá'í, be a Bahá'í, be a Bahá'í. Turn all your thoughts towards bringing joy to hearts. Be a Bahá'í, Bahá'í. You must manifest complete love, affection toward all mankind, toward all of mankind. You must manifest complete love, affection toward all mankind, toward all of mankind. Be a Bahá'í, be a Bahá'í. Turn all your thoughts towards bringing joy to hearts. Be a Bahá'í, be a Bahá'í, be a Bahá'í. Turn all your thoughts towards bringing joy to hearts. Be a Bahá'í, be a Bahá'í, be a Bahá'í, be quickened of God. Be a Bahá'í, be a Bahá'í, be a Bahá'í, be quickened of God. Be a Bahá'í, be illuminated, be a Bahá'í, be spiritual, be a Bahá'í, be divine, be glorious, be a Bahá'í, be illuminated, be a Bahá'í, be spiritual, be a Bahá'í, be divine, be glorious, be a Bahá'í, be glorious, be a Bahá'í.
The purpose of the one true God, exalted be his glory. in revealing himself unto men is to lay bare those gems that lie hidden within the mine of their true and inmost selves. That the diverse communions of the earth and the manifold systems of religious belief should never be allowed to foster the feelings of animosity among men is, in this day, of the essence of the faith of God and his religion.
Sorry, Dr. Cyrus, now you're unmuted.
Behold, how good and pleasant it is when brothers dwell in unity.
Extend hospitality to strangers. Bless those who persecute you. Keep on blessing them and never curse them. Rejoice with those who are rejoicing. Cry with those who are crying. Live in harmony and unity with each other. Do not be arrogant, but associate with humble people. Do not think that you are wiser than you really are. Do not pay anyone back evil for evil, but focus your thoughts on what is right in the sight of all people. If possible, so far as it depends on you, live in peace and unity with all people. Apostle Paul.
Consort with the followers of all religions in a spirit of friendliness and fellowship. Baha'u'llah.
Oh my God, oh my God, unite the hearts of thy servants and reveal to them thy great purpose. May they follow thy commandments and abide in thy law. Help them, O God, in their endeavor, and grant them strength to serve thee. O God, leave them not to themselves, but guide their steps by the light of knowledge, and cheer their hearts by thy love. Verily, thou art their helper and their Lord. Thou art their helper and their Son of being, thou art my lamp and my light. Thou art my lamp and my light. Get thou from it thy radiance. Seek none other than me. Seek none other than me. For I have created thee rich, and have bountifully shed my favor upon thee. Oh, Son of being, thou art my lamp and my light. Thou art my lamp and my light is in thee. Get thou from it thy radiance. Seek none other than me. Seek none other than me. For I have created thee rich, and have bountifully shed my favor upon thee. Ooh, ooh,
Let no one work another one's undoing, or show contempt in any place. Let no one wish another harm through provocation or resentful thought, just as a mother with her life protects her child, her only child. Let all embracing thoughts for all that lives be yours, and all embracing love for all the universe, in all its height and depth and breadth, unstinted love, unmarred by hate within. Buddhist scripture.
Whatsoever hath led the children of men to shun one another, and hath caused dissensions and divisions amongst them, hath through the revelation of these words been nullified and abolished. From the heaven of God's will, and for the purpose of ennobling the world of being, and of elevating the minds and souls of men, hath been sent down that which is the most effective instrument for the education of the whole human race. Of old it hath been revealed, love of one's country is an element of the faith of God. The tongue of grandeur hath, however, in the day of his manifestation proclaimed, it is not his to boast who loveth his country, but it is his who loveth the world. Baha'u'llah.
He who experiences the unity of life sees his own self in all beings, and all beings in his own self, and looks on everything with an impartial eye. But God, I don't know how to say that.
That one indeed is a man who today dedicateth himself to the service of the entire human race. The great being saith, blessed and happy is he that ariseth to promote the best interests of the peoples and kindreds of the earth. It is not for him to pride himself who loveth his own country, but rather for him who loveth the whole world. The earth is but one country, and mankind its citizens. Baha'u'llah. Sorry, friends, that's the wrong piece of music. So since we've had so much wonderful music, we'll go ahead and end our official program of readings and writings and music there. So thank you so much to Dr. Cyrus for putting together the wonderful readings and musical selections for today. And with that, we'll go ahead and open up for thoughts and reflections and anything that anyone would like to share.
Thank you so much, Jason, for leading us so beautifully, and Dr. Cyrus for those wonderful readings and music. Absolutely. Please do share and let us know what your thoughts are. I am still filled with awe at Dr. Cyrus's initial comparison of racism as an autoimmune disease which attacks itself. It's like one of the most brilliant metaphors I've ever thought of, and it will stay with me, and I will be sharing it and quoting it. It really is true. We've talked about racism as a disease, definitely within the Baha'i faith. It's a spiritual disease, but I really hadn't thought about the metaphor all the way through. So that's such a gift that I have. Thank you.
Go ahead, Dr. Cyrus, please, let's unmute you.
First of all, thanks to everybody. Thank you for Rabbi Nadia. And thanks for Jason, because I send him bricks and mortars and he puts them together and makes such a beautiful presentation of it. I think in one of the readings, it is from Baha'u'llah, that the purpose of God's revelation is to reveal the gems that lie hidden within us. And in another reading that wasn't part of today's reading, Baha'u'llah says, regard man as a mine with inestimable value of wealth in that mine. And he says education alone can reveal all those gems and jewels. So it is education, but it also has to be spiritual education and not simply scientific education, because the two of them are like wings. One is complementing the other, but one without the other, especially science without that spiritual education, is really worth nothing, and it can be destructive. In fact, I can tell you just one very quick example. When Abdul Baha was traveling in the US, that he spoke of human race as being one race and about the unity of people of all color. Simultaneously, in several universities back then in the United States, experiments were going on that were researching whether or not African American people are descendants of human beings or monkeys. And some of them went as far as recommending in several states this took place, forced fertilization. Sterilization. Forced sterilization in order to purify race of man and everybody becomes white. They forced some African American people to be sterilized to stop from having children. And just one thing I was going to ask, challenge Jason's skills to see. I just sent him a text. Are you able to screen share that? The text I sent you?
There it is.
This, for those of you who don't know, the small lady in the middle is our firstborn daughter. And the gentleman next to her is Nuri, is her husband. And the children are the two most beautiful children because they come from Persian, African American, and also European American, because Nuri, his father is European American and his mother is African American. And Abdul Baha actually said the more interracial and international marriage takes place, the healthier the children are going to be. And the reason I put this thing is that our daughter Rahe yesterday reminded us that yesterday was June 12th is a loving day. And this is the celebration of a Supreme Court decision that in Virginia, a white man and a black woman were going to get married and the law was going to stop them. So they took it all the way to the Supreme Court. And they got married, of course. In 1967, this was a Supreme Court decision that interracial marriage is legal. But up until then, it wasn't. So, thank you, Jason.
Thank you so much, Dr. Cyrus. And it does remind me of, there's a wonderful author and scholar. Her name is Joy DeGruy, and she is a Baha'i, but she's writes very eloquently and powerfully about African American experience in the United States, as well as the systematic parts of racism and how and the solutions to it. And one of the things that she talks about a lot is one of the challenges of segregation is this lack of proximity. And it's much easier to demonize and to willfully misunderstand people who you don't see and interact with and are part of it. And even more so, to your point, Dr. Cyrus, when they're part of your own family, then it's especially not acceptable to you that someone would speak out against and say, hurtful and negative and unfair or exaggerated or whatever things about someone who's part of your own family. So in a lot of her presentations, she has these very powerful and very poignant presentations that are, very challenging to our assumptions about race. And then she ends with a giant picture of her own family gathering where there are multiple interracial marriages of different kinds in her family. And she says, that the very hopeful note she ends on is like, proximity breaks down, so many of those things. And we realize at the core how similar we are. And then we learn to celebrate the differences between us, realize how much they come to add to our experience, not subtract. And so I think of those words that Dr. DeGruy says so often at the end of her presentation. She has a wonderful book called
Post-slavery distress syndrome.
Yeah, post-traumatic slave syndrome. Very, very powerful, and ultimately has it's heavy stuff, but it has a healing sort of message ultimately as well.
Thank you for sharing that book. Even the title is so powerful. Definitely will look towards that. And as you were speaking, and as Dr. Cyrus was speaking, I was thinking of that beautiful Baha'i scripture about all of the different races of humanity being like the flowers in a garden, and how a bouquet of flowers is more beautiful by different colors coming together. And I pray that the time will come soon and speedily when human beings will be able to see with those eyes. And when Baha'u'llah's prophecy and recommendation that we should recognize that love of country is not the highest value, but love of God and love of humanity should trump that, if you will forgive the verb. Well, I think that this is a beautiful, uplifting note to end on. I want to thank everyone so much for sharing. Thank you so much for the visuals, especially the autoimmune disease of slavery. May we go forth to bring healing to ourselves and to one another, to our planet that is slowly awakening, and may we help sustain that awakening so that it can be transformed into policy and change. I want to thank everyone for coming. I hope to see you all next Saturday. And meanwhile, definitely, I'm sure everyone who's going to be tuning in for the Baha'i worship on Sunday, I know that there's something special tomorrow. Dr. Cyrus, I know you sent me something. I'm wondering if you can say a few words about that.
You know, I think it's a very, every one of the themes of our devotions are related to one of the teachings of Baha'u'llah. And you know, I just remember one of the Baha'i authors used the analogy of the teachings of Baha'u'llah is like a very large tent. You can enter into it from a lot of gates into it. You can come into it from the angle of gender equality. You can come into it as the unity, because what holds that tent in the middle, the axis of that, is the unity of humankind. So then we can, tomorrow we'll be coming in from another gate, from another doorway, and I'm not going to say it to keep you in suspense, so you'll find out for yourself.
All right, I hope I didn't ruin the surprise.
No,
thank you so much. And I hope that you all will also check out our Interfaith Paths to Peace daily offerings, from our morning devotionals to our Louisville Evolutionaries. This summer we're going to be featuring different African American pastors from Louisville as our Louisville Evolutionaries, so that we can learn more about them and their calling and their understanding of their mission here. And we also have, amongst many different wonderful programs, continuation of last week's dismantling racism, systemic racism, and spiritual approaches to theoretical understandings around reparation. So, and restoration of justice. So lots of wonderful opportunities to dive deep, both in terms of spiritual experience and in terms of practical applications to lead us on paths to peace.
Mm-hmm.
I wish everyone a day filled with light and blessing, and may you go forth and share some of this light that we share together into this world, so that soon we will all be able to see that we are one family. Have a wonderful day. Thank you so much.
Since we're reminding each other tomorrow at 4 p.m., don't forget the Race Amity meeting and celebration. And I'm sure you will not be disappointed by the number of folks that I personally know that are going to be performing and speaking.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Blessings to everyone.
Bye-bye.
Thank you all.
Thank you.